Today, I'm going to explain a movie that features a prince named Jack, a queen, their love story, and a great war between giant creatures and humans. Please subscribe to my channel. One day, Jack set out to sell his uncle's horse. As he was leaving, his uncle called out to him, "Sell the horse quickly, and don't take too long, come back as soon as you can." On his way, Jack arrived at the gates of a beautiful palace. As he stood there, he began calling out to the people, "Buy this horse." A strong officer too. They quickly start apologizing to Jack. A faint smile appears on Jack's. Jack was still tying up the horse. The priest said, "I'll give you 10 gold coins for that horse." Jack replied, "Okay." Jack looked at it and said, "But this is just a seed. What am I supposed to do with it?" The priest replied, "This is no ordinary seed. It's ancient for free." The priest doesn't even have any money. What will we say now? On the other side, the king is calling other. Still, his uncle doesn't listen and leaves to protect it. As he goes, he tells Jack, "You're nothing but trouble for me." He doesn't listen to anything Jack says and walks away. Meanwhile, the king announces his final decision. The priest refuses to answer. He says, "Do whatever you want, I won't tell you anything." This makes the commander furious, and in his rage, he kills the priest. The sun is so fierce and the wind so strong that even her horse struggles to move. In the distance, she sees a small house. She rides toward it, unaware that the house actually belongs to Jack. She asks Jack, "What do you do? And whose house is this?" Jack replies, "This house belongs to my uncle. He's away right now." Then Jack says, "Will you not show me your face?" When the seed that had fallen beneath the house is being reached by rainwater. Neither of them knows that something strange is about to happen. It continues to rise high into the sky along with the tree. When Jack regained consciousness, he found himself in front of a king and his soldiers. The tree on which he was being punished began to rise, stretching all the way up to the sky. The king became very worried and ordered one of his soldiers to bring a brave warrior who could climb the tree and return with news from above. Just then, Jack spoke up, saying, "Your Majesty, I will go up." At the same time, the king's commander, who was also the fiancé of the girl, stepped forward and said, "I will also go up, to save my beloved." The king gave Jack permission to go up and said, "May God protect all of you." Then all the soldiers, along with Jack and the commander, began climbing the tree together. The tree was extremely tall, but they all bravely continued climbing upward. Jack was struggling a lot because he was very afraid of heights. He slipped once or twice, but he kept going bravely because he loved the king's daughter deeply. One of the soldiers mocked him and said, "No matter what you do, you'll never get that girl. She can only marry someone from a royal family." They had climbed quite high when suddenly it began to rain. Despite the weather, no one gave up. Then, one of the soldiers slipped from the rope and was left hanging. The princess's fiancé, who was actually very cruel, could have saved him, but instead, he cut the rope, letting him fall. After many hardships, they finally reached the top. When they reached the top, Jack saw that above the sky was an entirely new world. They all moved forward cautiously. Suddenly, the princess's fiancé grabbed Jack and stole the magical seed from him, but Jack had cleverly hidden one seed for himself. As they continued onward, like those of a giant creature, they fell silent. Moments later, a massive being appeared in front of them. Jack quickly submerged himself in water and held his breath to hide, but one soldier was spotted by the creature and captured. Another soldier tried to help him, but he too was caught. The giant took them both to his home to eat them. Jack climbs up and hits the creature under the head with a big knife. The creature screams and dies. Jack takes Sephiu and the queen and escapes. Down below, any news from Sephiu or my daughter, I will cut this tree. In reality, the king is scared. He thinks, if the creatures come down, they will destroy all of us. The king becomes worried, thinking about what might happen. On the other side, the commander tells a big creature, "Listen, I feel like you won't be able to eat humans today, but I will still bring all of them down to the ground. There, you can say whatever you want to them." All the creatures get happy after hearing this. Meanwhile, Jack is trying to comfort the Queen, saying, "Everything will be okay." But the Queen is worried and says, If you hadn't run, how would we have known the commander's true nature? Don't blame yourself. You will become a great queen." After saying this, they start walking again, shocked and afraid. He orders the soldiers to fall to the ground. But the soldiers hesitate because the king's son is still up in the tree. They hear the king's command but don't follow it. Then the king comes to the human world. "You two must go." Jack and the Queen begin slowly climbing down the tree. During the descent, Jack seizes the moment and kisses the Queen. Meanwhile, the commander gathers all the creatures and leads them toward the path that goes down to the human tree crashes to the ground, with soldier landing safely. Jack and the Queen survive as well. From the dead commander's body, a large creature with 2 heads emerges. It takes the crown from the commander's head and puts it on its own fingers like rings. Now it becomes the new leader of all the creatures. But the tree has been cut. How will they go back down now? The 2-headed creature the ground. All the creatures grab onto it and finally come down to earth. A big monster lands on the ground overjoyed, arranges Jack's marriage to his daughter. And everyone lives happily ever after. If you like the story, please subscribe.